What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. So, I thought it would be a good idea to do a brief series of videos just covering the basics of how to get yourself set up, recording your game footage, how to edit it, a few tips and tricks, and how to render it to get it up there on YouTube. Now, I'm not the master of it, but I know a few things. I know enough to get started. So, I thought this episode we'd start with the program that you're going to use to record, and then next time we'll go through editing it, and then I'll probably do a last one on rendering, and hopefully, if I've missed anything out, I'll do a follow up after that. So I'm starting with the program that I use to record. My personal preference is Dxtory. I find is the best all round for good quality, but not just quality. The fact that you don't have much of a performance drop with it either. So it's good all round in my opinion. There are others, the Fraps, the MSI Afterburner, plenty of other ones, but I'm not going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about Dxtory because I think that one's the best. Dxtory isn't free. It's about 25 UK pounds on dxtory.com, but it is well worth it in my opinion. So let's get into it. When you load it up, you'll come to this screen. In this target information and process list, you're going to have the program that's running. You don't need to worry about it. It's literally just some gobbledygook, if you like, that you really don't need to pay much attention to. You've got the overlay tab. Now, this is just to set up what you're going to have on your screen. For instance, I have my FPS on the top left of my screen in green, but when I'm recording, that changes to yellow to let me know I'm recording. You can set that up however you want. Then in the folder section, what you're going to do here is you're going to click on this add button here. That is going to add a folder where you want your recordings to go to. I have mine on my E drive. Then what you want to do is you want to hit benchmark. And what this does is it makes sure, or tests the speed of your drive to make sure it's good enough for recording onto. My drive's relatively fast for an old drive. It's not an SSD that I record to, so as long as your drive's in full working order, there shouldn't really be any problems with that. You can also down here set where you want your screenshots to go to. I have mine in the same place, but obviously you can do what you want. Hotkeys, I literally have two. I have start and stop my recordings and screenshot. I don't have any of the other ones, and I haven't found any need for the other ones personally. You can set a push to talk up so that when you're recording, your microphone will only be recorded when you press a button. The reason I don't use this so much on my videos, like when I'm recording Counter-Strike, is because it can be a bit problematic. It doesn't always work. That's what I found anyway, so I don't bother using it. On the movie section or the video section, this is the main part that you want to look at. I leave the codec at Dxtory Video Codec, and when I edit it, for the most part, I have it on true quality. I had it on medium quality earlier because I was running out of hard drive space and I needed to record something. But usually I'll have it on true quality for the best quality, and I check the compress button just to reduce the size. Now, one thing you need to know about Dxtory is Dxtory has a very large file size. When it's on true quality, and I have it at 30 FPS, about half an hour is about 170 gig, which is a lot. But you can tweak the settings so that it isn't so large should you wish. That is just my preference, okay? So I have it at 30 FPS, and what on the output you want it to have to be checked under file output. That makes sure it's going to record to an actual file. Because with Dxtory, you can use the direct show output, which instead of recording to a file, sends the information to another program like XSplit, so you can stream. But we're not covering that today. The clipping, you want all this just to be left alone. You don't want to mess about with it. And then you can set the size down here. You can set the percentage of the screen you want it to record, or a percentage of the size. So if you're recording in 1680. For instance, you could set it to 75%, which would be just above 1280. Or you can set the screen width exactly by just checking the size instead. You want the file format as well to be on AVI. RAWCAP essentially isn't a video file. It records to small little files that you then need a program to put together into a video file, so you don't really need that. Just leave it at AVI. You can change the codec as well if you want to. I've never had a need to. I just like the quality. Even though it's a huge size, I like the quality of it. You can change it to XVID, which will significantly reduce the size of the recordings. I haven't quite got around to doing that, but you can do that if you want to. So on to audio. One of the good things I like about Dxtory and the audio is that when you record something, if you've got two channels like I have, so I've got speakers or the normal sounds, and then I've got a second one which is a microphone. Dxtory puts your microphone onto a separate channel. So when I load the file into Sony Vegas, I have my video on one line, I have my game audio on one line, and then the third line is my microphone, which I can change independently. I can increase the volume, lower the volume, cut bits out, etc. And I really like that. So what you want to do is you want to come onto this, you want to record sound, you want to select your, for instance, your speakers, and that's going to be your game sound. You can change the audio format. I leave mine at 48,000 personally. And then you want to create one if you don't already have one by pressing the plus button. So my number 2 is then my microphone. And then leave that as it is on the quality. If you want to increase the quality, that's fine. And then that is going to be on a separate channel when you import it into your file editor. So just moving on now, this is the screenshot settings. You don't really need to change this at all if you don't want to. I leave mine on JPEG, 100% quality. Nothing much else to see there. And there are some settings that can be tweaked if you're having any problems. You can also set it to start your movie capture when it detects a game. And there's a couple of others where you can force the CPU processing. These things here, majority of it, you won't need to mess around with. I've never had to touch them personally, but they are there in case you need them, in case you have any problems. And that's pretty much it. Now, try it out. Get a hold of a copy of it because it is well worth it. It's the best program I have found personally, and this is what I'll use when I start streaming alongside XSplit. So I hope you found this interesting. Next episode we're going to cover editing. I'm going to show you through Sony Vegas, a couple of tips and tricks, and then after that I'm going to show you the settings that I use to render my videos as well. So like and subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.